Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahushai, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahushai, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahushai. All praise to Yahweh, Bashim Yahushai, Bashim Kakadash. Double honors to the Apostle Great Male soon rule well. And say they still like to put your truth in all sincerity. The water Yahweh, Bashim Yahushai, for allowing me to do another video. Today's video, I want to talk about protesting, looting, and police brutality. Let the prophecies unfold. Okay, so most of you guys are already aware of a whole bunch of protesting going on. Okay, all right, everywhere. Okay, in the United States. Okay, and also internationally too. Okay, of them marching for the death of George Floyd. Okay, because we already know that there's that devil cop. Okay, that literally put that man to death. Okay, straight up on video. So now we have a whole bunch of people protesting, saying Black Lives Matter, all that, stuff. And we also got people looting too, okay? Going into stores, just stealing a bunch of stuff, okay? Destroying things, okay? All right? And we see the police, getting violent and all that, the police using excessive force, okay? Using excessive force even when protesters are being what you would call peaceful, okay? We see that the National Guard, okay, is deployed. Is deployed, okay? They're deployed to go and try and soothe things, okay? And they're talking about also deploying the full force, the full force active duty troops, okay, to the streets as well. All right. What a smooth transition what a smooth, perfect excuse to deploy active duty troops. It's just very smooth. The Most High knows how to orchestrate things. Okay, Yahweh Shem Yahushua, he's orchestrating this whole entire thing. Okay, all right. All this protesting going on and destruction and looting, okay, is such a perfect excuse for Esau to be straight up like, oh, yes, this is my perfect time to, send out my active troops, It's such a perfect time, And but people are going to say, oh, no, active duty troops will never come out. They'll never come out. That never would happen. But the scriptures speak, okay, of martial law. The scriptures speak of the military, okay, using brute force, okay, all right, and coming down like a monster, okay. And what a perfect excuse to do it right now. So you people that don't believe in the scriptures and don't believe in the prophecies, okay, you're bugged out, all right, okay. Look right here. We're literally seeing, okay, them talking about deploying active troops. They already deployed the National Guard, okay? But now they're trying to use the full force, okay? The full force, So I got a whole bunch of videos, okay? But we're going to watch just a little bit of these clips, okay? To talk about the different things going on, Just a little bit more edification.
Then about 3:45, pandemonium broke out. The police cruiser set on fire as many protests turned destructive in downtown Seattle tonight. Here's what we know as of 10 o'clock. Protests started at about noon today in Seattle, but turned destructive right around 4 p.m. when someone lit a Seattle police cruiser on fire. Since then, we have seen widespread looting and destruction downtown. A curfew took effect at 5 p.m. tonight. It is in effect until 5 o'clock tomorrow morning. Seattle police are...
We got curfews going on as well. Okay, there's curfews going on nationwide. Okay. They first talked about just staying home, just staying home, due to the virus and all that, you know. Now you have to implement curfew as well. Look at all these restrictions that's being put on. But Esau, man, being the slimy devil that he is, he always is going to justify it with something. He said, well, I had to make your ass stay at home because of the virus. Oh, well, I had to put a curfew because you guys were going too much crazy. And during these protests, I had to. Oh, I had to deploy my National Guard because you guys were just getting too rowdy. Oh, I had to deploy the full force of the U.S. Army because you guys just wouldn't listen to me. Oh, I had to start coming in and just putting you guys down and gunning you guys and killing you guys because you started, Esau's good. Oh, I had to put a chip in you guys because you guys always wouldn't listen. Like, come on, man. This guy's could go as far, okay? All right? Using his deceptive tactics to implement his wicked agenda, okay? Okay?
We're now blocking all traffic coming into the city. Also tonight, we should let you know that 200 members of the Washington National Guard have been called up to come into Seattle. 75 have been deployed to Seattle tonight. The other 125 will arrive in the city tomorrow. All of this started earlier today with a peaceful protest at about noon just outside Seattle Police Headquarters. People protesting the death of George Floyd in Minneapolis, Minnesota. At 3 o'clock, a large gathering took place. Thousands of people at Westlake Park in Seattle. Again, that started peacefully, but then about 3:45, pandemonium broke out. The police cruiser set on fire. As many as 8 other police cars set fire, and then police moved in to try to disperse the crowd. You're looking at police pepper spraying people, and there's another one of those burned vehicles right there. Not long after that, people started breaking into a number of stores in downtown Seattle. The Westlake area is the shopping district in Seattle. Nordstrom, Helly Hansen.
And all this, man, this is light work compared to what the future holds. This is baby stuff, man, because this is just going to get much, much, much worse, Let's go to scriptures. This is 2 Ezra 15 and 14. Woe to the world and them that dwell therein, for the sword and the destruction draweth nigh, and one people shall stand up and fight against another, and swords in their hands. For there shall be sedition among men, and invading one another. They shall not regard their kings nor princes, and the course of their action shall stand in their power. A man shall desire to go into a city, and shall not be able to. For because of their pride, the cities shall be troubled, the houses shall be destroyed, and men shall be afraid. A man shall have no pity upon his neighbor, but shall destroy their houses with the sword, and spoil their goods because of the lack of bread and for great tribulation. Now, all this we heard, all this we just read, okay? Okay, this is all prophecy, okay? All right? And these uproars that we're seeing, okay, that's just a small, that's on a small magnitude, okay, of what we're really going to see, okay? We see that people are starting to not regard their kings, their princes, okay? They're not regarding their leaders. They don't care what the police tell them. They don't care that the police tell them to stay home. They don't care if Trump says, oh, I want you to stay in your house because of COVID. I want you to stop protesting. They don't care. They're not regarding their kings anymore, okay? Trump will be the modern-day king of America, Okay? They don't care anymore, okay? All right? Okay? Now they're deploying the National Guard, okay? And there's a whole bunch of checkpoints in various areas, police, are, shutting off different streets. Okay, I know when I'm driving, there's a lot. I have to take a whole bunch of different detours. Okay, because police are literally shutting down different areas. Okay, all right. Soon this gonna straight up just shut down, and you're gonna have to stay in your damn city that you're at. Okay, but we see the manifestation of a man trying to desire to go into a city and should not be able to. Okay, all right. But this is at a very small scale. Okay, all right. And soon people are gonna start attacking each other. Okay, all right. But we see looting. Okay, stealing. Okay, all right. Them destroying those different stores and all that. Okay, all right. But soon this could just be a mass mayhem. Okay, they're literally destroying all stores, destroying each other's houses. Okay, in the hood, in the suburbs. Okay, wherever. Okay, all right. People are gonna start fighting against each other. Okay, all right. You know, this could get much worse. Okay, what we see right now is a small manifestation of that. Okay.
Ellie Hansen, Old Navy, and a number of other stores have been seriously looted. Let's go to King 5's Michael Crow. He's been covering everything since it began.
You see that? You see them? You see that? You see how they're just taking stuff like that, man? It could get much worse, man. It could get much worse. Okay? And people always thought, well, I thought people were good. Why would someone do this? Man, if you don't have Yahweh Shemiel Shai protecting you, man, you're just susceptible to all anything. Okay, all right. If you're not of the elect, if you're not of the 1/3, okay, then the Most High is gonna destroy you. Okay, and you're gonna be out here bugging the hell out. Okay, and then the 2/3, okay, which are wicked, the other nations which are wicked, and obviously the top heathen, which is Esau, which is wicked, the wicked, okay? These people are going to have to resort to all kinds of demonic, nasty, disgusting ways of how to protect themselves and trying to survive, you know? They're going to have to resort to stealing from one another. They're going to have to resort to eating their damn leather shoes and leather jackets, you know? They're going to have to resort to cannibalism, you know? They're going to have to do that stuff, but the 1/3 will be perfectly fine, okay? The spirit and power of Yahweh Shemiel Shai, okay? You know?
Today, Michael.
Hey guys, still a chaotic scene here downtown. Just in the last couple minutes, we were changing batteries and a guy came over and kicked our microphone away and half broke it. We're actually watching this growing crowd trying to break into the T-Mobile back behind us, and I can hear glass. It sounds like they're making their way through. I mean, it just really speaks to the situation here. It's ebbs and flows of violence and looting. And they're just, I've used whack-a-mole so much, but you can see there is a contingent of police that has just arrived that is standing here, but certainly not enough to move up on the size of that group here.
Why are the police just chilling? Aren't you the law enforcement? Why are you just sitting down watching people break in? Okay? There's a whole bunch of countless videos that you can see of police literally in different scenarios, okay? Just watching people loot, watching people break in and create all this destruction. Like, what's up with that? Why are police just watching, you know? In this particular video, they're saying because they don't have enough force to stop them. Hey, man, but you can see a whole bunch of other videos, man, of straight up whole bunch of force of police just literally watching. So that puts a question in your head. Well, why are they just watching? Why are they doing their quote unquote job, doing justice and stopping it? You know. So hey, these guys, man. It's always an agenda with Esau. Okay, it's always an agenda. You know. Police could literally just be letting them do it so destruction can continue to happen, so it can be justified in saying the active duty troops, the full force of the military, whatever. We all know that's all part of Esau's agenda, ultimate agenda, okay, of implementing draconian laws, okay, and trying to implement the New World Order, okay, where he has a damn chip in you, okay? This is prophecy, okay? And these people breaking in, okay, into these different stores and looting, okay, straight out of 2nd Esdras 15, okay? All right? Okay? But it's just going to get much, much worse. And 2nd Esdras 15, okay, it could be at an all-time high, okay? The pure physical manifestation is going to occur, okay? It's just a small scale, all right? So the Most High is putting grand destruction on this place, okay? All right? This is the will of the Most High. This is what he wants, okay?
And that's what we've been seeing as groups grow. Tear gas is thrown at them, pepper pellets sometimes, or flashbangs, and then the group disperses and eventually coalesces somewhere else. But this widespread destruction down here, we were just a block down the other way talking to a small business owner who had boards in the back of his truck and is patching up the broken windows of his business. And I just want to give you a listen because he...
No, that's enough. Okay, let's go to
What a difference a day makes compared. Yeah, what a difference a day makes compared to this time last night. A couple of blocks north of the White House, you got National Guard down the next block, all kinds of Washington Metro police here. I've seen Humvees down the end, I think, of this street and the next street. We've had Black Hawk helicopters flying literally just above rooftop level of these low-rise office buildings, and not a demonstrator in sight, at least not in the vicinity of the White House. They are marching in other streets of the Capitol. All of that punctuated by a forceful move from Donald Trump late this afternoon.
It was a remarkable moment, symbolic defiance to back up what Donald Trump had just announced. The president walking out the front gate of the White House grounds, crossing Pennsylvania Avenue and into Lafayette Park, where last night demonstrators had battled with police and security forces, and where all day today protesters had gathered again to continue their message aimed at Trump to say something, to do something about the death of George Floyd and the racial divide in this country. Trump walked through the park, past giant graffitied walls with messages slamming the president. He walked all the way to a small church across the park, vandalized last night. He held up a Bible and then walked back.
This place does not care about the scriptures. Look how fake he is. This place does not care about the law, statutes, and commandments of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. Look at this guy. This is just pure mutiny, madness. Okay, this guy's trying, man, this is just pure folly. Okay? People could see that and rock right the fuck back to sleep, believing in falling in love with Christianity and loving everybody. That plantation, wicked doctrine. This place, man, is twisted. It's great Babylon, great confusion.
To the White House. Not 15 minutes earlier, Trump had been in the Rose Garden with an extraordinary announcement. Opening with comments aimed at the Floyd family. It was the kind of thing demonstrators had wanted.
For George and his family, justice will be served. He will not have died in vain.
But Trump was only just getting started. He then turned to the demonstrations. He reiterated comments made earlier today to state governors, calling them weak, urging aggression against violent protesters.
Today, I have strongly recommended to every governor to deploy the National Guard in sufficient numbers that we dominate the streets. Mayors and governors must establish an overwhelming law enforcement presence.
Effectively saying he'll do what it takes if states can't put down the demonstrations on their own, including, he said, calling in the full power of the U.S. military.
I am mobilizing all available federal resources, civilian and military, to stop the rioting and looting, to end the destruction and arson, and to protect the rights of law-abiding Americans.
It's a stunning thing for any president to say. Said Trump, law and order is the foundation of the U.S. way of life. Without it, he said, there is no justice, no liberty. As he spoke, police were moving demonstrators away from the White House area, where Trump would soon walk over to that church, Bible in hand, tear gas lingering in the air.
And some
So he gave the call. How much more evidence do you need? Evidence do you need, you know? He gave the call, okay? He told all the governors, okay, to send out the troops, okay? Send out the National Guard, you know? Okay, so, hey, it's just getting closer and closer, man, to pandemonium and absolute chaos and destruction, okay? The prophecies are unfolding, you know, and it's beautiful to see it. We're living in great, amazing times, you know? We're living in those same times that Yahushua was talking about, the end, okay? All right? Talk about the end, all right, and different signs of when he's going to return, you know? The scripture. Genesis 49:8. Judah, thou art he whom thy brethren shall praise. Thy hand shall be in the neck of thy enemies. Thy father's children shall bow down before thee. Okay? And Judah, okay, that's the tribe. That's the head tribe of Israel. Okay? And the Judites of today, all right, the so-called African Americans, okay, the so-called blacks in America, okay? All right? Okay? Now, this prophecy, okay, of Judah, okay, having their hand shall be in the neck of their enemies. This prophecy is going to come to pass, okay? The Judites, okay, are going to be able to have their hand on their enemies, okay? All right? They're going to get back, okay, at Edom, okay? All right? Judah is a lion's whelp. From the prey, my son, thou art gone up. He stooped down. He crouched as a lion, and as an old lion, who shall rouse him up? Okay? So the Judites, all right, at one time, you know, they were full of life, okay, like a young lion, you know. You know, you always saw them, you know, at one time where they had so much life where it looked as if, you know, they're going to revolt, okay? They're going to revolt, all right? Fight back Esau, you know, and get out of slavery, okay? Get out of Esau's clutches, okay? But now he's an old lion and he's stooped down. He's just chilling, okay? He agreed with all this assimilation, you know, and now he's not fighting, okay, to stop all this wickedness that's going on against him, okay? He's just chilling, thinking that Martin Luther King did something amazing, thinking that he has civil rights, you know? He's an old lion, okay? And the scriptures say, who shall rouse him up, okay? So who's going to wake that lion up, okay? Who's going to wake him up, all right? Where he's like, oh, shit, I'm still in slavery? Oh, shit. Who's going to wake him up? Who's going to rouse him up? But the thing is, the Judites, okay, all right, being the leaders, all right, of Israel, they're going, and obviously the other nations praising him, okay, you know, them always copying Judah, okay, you know, the Judites, they're going to be roused up, okay, and they're going to be going crazy, okay, on Esau's ass, okay, and the other tribes, they'll be like, oh shit, damn, look at the so-called African Americans, look at the Judites, okay, and the other tribes, they're going to go crazy, they're going to be like, oh, fuck this system, you know, fuck this government, okay, and all the other tribes are going to join in, Benjamin, okay, Levi, okay, Ephraim, you know, okay, Issachar, okay, Asher, all the tribes are gonna see Judah roused up, you know, fighting against this wicked system, okay, against Esau, okay, and all the other tribes are gonna do the same thing, okay, all right, so he's gonna get roused up, okay, all right, and we see right now, okay, what all this protesting going on for which we'll call quote-unquote Black Lives Matter, okay, against police brutality, all right, against Esau, okay, straight up just killing Jakes, okay, all right, but there's going to be a time where the Judites are going to straight up be roused up and say, you know what, fuck all this protest shit, man, I got to really do some crazy stuff, you know, and all the other tribes are going to see that and join suit, you know. So we see that we're getting to that period where that old lion is being roused up. Okay? We see that, you know? Like I said, there's a time, you know, before the Judites, okay, the so-called African Americans got assimilated, okay? All right, there's a time where they're always active, you know, talking about the injustice, okay, all right, of what the so-called white man does, okay. There's a time where they were, you know, had a lot of life and they had a lot of might, you know, masculine energy, you know, trying to fight against what the hell's going on against them, okay, all right. But a simulation happened, and now he's an old lion just chilling, you know, thinking that everything's fine, thinking that everything's equal, you know? But he's going to be roused up, and he's going to go against the system, all right? And, hey, then that's where the race wars are going to begin. That's where the race riots, okay, the race wars are going to go hard, okay? All right? And Judah's going to whip ass, okay? The Israel's going to whip ass, okay? All right, during the race wars, okay? Nation shall fight against nation, okay? Now this video right here, let's go. So yeah, we see Trump straight up, you know, giving the call.
Wawa has you covered. Stop in, order ahead, or get it delivered.
CBS News has learned about an Oval Office showdown Monday morning after the president asked members of his cabinet to deploy 10,000 active duty troops to U.S. streets. Today, President Trump has kept a low profile, only speaking out on Twitter, but the protests are close enough to the White House that he can see them. Here's CBS's Ben Tracy.
After last weekend's large and sometimes violent protests near the White House, CBS News has learned that President Trump demanded 10,000 troops in the streets immediately. During a heated meeting in the Oval Office Monday, Attorney General Bill Barr, Defense Secretary Mark Esper, and Chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff Mark Milley all recommended against it.
Don't be proud. Get the job done.
President Trump then got on the phone with the nation's governors, berating them for looking weak if they didn't call in the National Guard.
You have to dominate the streets. You can't let what's happening happen. It's called dominate the streets.
A senior Defense Department official.
You see, that's the mentality. It's to dominate, okay? That's the mentality, okay? What's in their mind is to dominate and take control, okay? All right? And Esau wants all the control. He wants you, man. He wants your soul, okay? That's Esau, all right?
Official also tells CBS News that President Trump yelled at the defense secretary after he broke with the president and publicly opposed invoking the Insurrection Act, which would deploy active duty U.S. troops into American cities.
The option to use active duty forces in a law enforcement role should only be used as a matter of last resort and only in the most urgent and dire of situations. We are not in one of those situations now.
Today, despite loud protests surrounding the White House, President Trump is noticeably quiet. Meanwhile, he now has an official opponent.
But we have to do a lot more than just beat Donald Trump.
Former Vice President Joe Biden clinched the Democratic nomination Friday night. Biden leads President Trump in several national polls by a wide margin.
It's time for all us to take a hard look at the uncomfortable truth. It's time for us to face the deep, open wound of systemic racism in the nation.
For his part,
How many times do these politicians gotta say that, man, and nothing happens at all? Okay, just because a white person is not outrightly just spitting in your face, that doesn't mean that you got somewhere, okay? These people say, oh, well, we're getting somewhere. Protests got us places. No, it didn't, okay? All right? No, it didn't, all right? You think you have civil rights, okay? Esau's still on your ass, okay? All right? You know? And it was funny. People may have what you would call, quote-unquote, civil rights, you know? But Jake, how come Jake is still in a messed up state, okay? If Jake is, quote-unquote, equal, and he's able to, you know, go up in the system, you know, and be just as equal as everyone else, okay? Why is he still dirt broke poor, okay? Because Esau, okay, he continues, okay, to have other laws in place, all right, and to actively make sure that the Israelites are still down. So even though a Jake can go to college just like anyone else, you know, if he takes out a loan or if he's broke and the government is giving him, you know, money for that, and then he can get a job just like anybody else, how come Jake is still dirt poor broke? How? Okay? Because Esau, okay, he works like a snake, all right, a crafty snake, and he has so much other ways to make sure that we're down. So even though, quote unquote, we're still able to, quote unquote, equally, you know, get a good job or whatever, you know, Esau has other things in play to make sure that we're destroyed, okay? All right? Like for example, one twisted thing Esau has, you know, Esau, you know, he would try to have certain jobs. Well, on certain job applications, you know, if you have a felon or a convicted of anything, you know, they won't accept you, okay? All right? You know, if you had any jail time, whatever, they won't accept you, you know? So now, then they're like, okay, so now that we have that in play, now we're gonna purposely have the black community, okay, always having felons, okay? We're gonna purposely convict them of crimes. So now they're destroyed, their whole entire life is destroyed, you know? See? So even though you could have easily went to that college, got that degree, went to that job, but you know, since you're in this, since you're black, I'm gonna purposely, okay, give you a felon, all right, put you in jail and mess up your whole entire life, okay, and have the same very job that you were gonna go to college, you know, to get, you know, I'm gonna have that very same job deny you because you're in jail, you know, I'm gonna have that job say, well, we can't accept felons, you know, so that's just one sly, sneaky way that Esau, okay, tries to continue to keep us down, you know, even though we quote unquote have civil rights and we can quote unquote go up in society, you know, because we're still, if we have rights, why are we still broke as hell? Why we still have no resources? Okay, we still have no resources. All right, during segregation, Jake, he had something. Okay, Esau had his own thing. We had our own thing. And then that coon came, Martin Lucifer Coon. Talk about simulation. Talk about, I have a dream that black boys and white girls are playing together. Man, that's just pathetic, okay? Why you want to be with your oppressor? Why you want to be with him? You were doing just fine in slavery. So, like, you're doing just fine in segregation, okay? So why the hell you want to be with him? Okay? And you want to simulate with him. Because you don't even understand the goal, you know? They don't even understand that they're trying to build the nation. Okay, building up the nation is not mixing with Esau, okay? All right? You know? They don't even understand you're supposed to build resources. They just think that if we have civil rights from the white man, and then I'm drinking from the same water fountain as Massa, then as the master, then maybe our life will be better for me. You idiot. You mixed in with Esau, assimilated with Esau, and what happened? What happened? You lost all your resources, okay? All right? Esau indoctrinated your ass to where you think, oh, shit, there's a black business and a white business. Oh, the white business is better. So then you give all your money to the white business, okay? All right? And now Jake has nothing. So Esau took your resources when you assimilated with him, okay? All right? And you're still broke as hell, have nothing, all right? And you have quote-unquote civil rights. So what did Martin Luther King do for you, okay? He's you know? It's just really what you would call pathetic how you want to be assimilated with Esau. You want to be with him. You don't have to be with that white boy to grow, okay? Because like I said during segregation, we had our own thing. We were doing great. We were quote unquote getting riches, you know, getting resources, you know, getting, you know, we were just by ourselves, you know. And Esau was like, well, I can't let that happen. I have to destroy him, you know. So let me send out that coon, Martin Lucifer Coon, you know. Yeah, man, if you do research on that guy, he's just wicked too, okay? All right, you know. That guy he's off. We already know that, okay? You know? So you protesting, that doesn't do anything. You really think that you could go to the streets, all right, and you're going to change how the government runs things? You're off. You're idiotic, okay? All right? Okay? They just want to keep you asleep, all right, in whatever quote-unquote change they may do, you know? You know? It's all just a elaborative scheme to make sure that the black space and the Americans are down, okay? And things are literally worse today for us because we literally have nothing and literally have no control, okay? All right? Where they brainwash us thinking that if we take these little gifts that Esau offers, you know, okay, like these government plans, okay? All right? You know, welfare, you know, okay? That things are great. Civil rights is, you jakes are just destroyed. You don't even understand the goal. But the ultimate way of building your ass up, building you, is obviously coming back to Yahweh Shemiel Shah. That's the ultimate way, okay? All right? The scriptures talk about if all of us face the east, okay, and we ask the Most High to deliver us, that he would, okay? But since you guys don't even know Yahweh Shemiel Shah, okay, and you're just going to be destroyed, okay? If you don't know the Lord, you'll be destroyed, okay? All right, so protesting doesn't do a damn thing. Protesting never did anything, okay? All right? If you really think that you're going to walk your black ass out on the street and then the government, okay, Trump, okay, all right, Mike Pence, all these guys are going to literally say, oh, I feel bad for the little Negro. Now, let me change my systemic oppression and let me take down my wicked dragon system that I set up all over the planet Earth. Get the fuck out of here, man. Get out of here, man. All right? They may be like, well, maybe we should give them this, that, so that it can look like we're being nice. But actually, in all actuality, when we give them this thing, they'll think that we're nice and they'll walk back to sleep not knowing their enemy. You know what I'm saying? So Esau, he's a elaborative snake. All right? It's just that simple. Okay? So, so I hope this lesson, okay, was edifying. All right? And shalom. Hope this lesson was edifying. Shalom.